Imagine standing in an airport terminal with a bouquet of flowers in your hands, rehearsing a polite welcome for someone you've never met, only to look up and see the one person you spent 20 years trying to forget walking toward you. Imagine feeling your heart stop for a moment as every memory you fought to bury comes rushing back at once. Then imagine realizing he isn't alone. Standing beside him is a woman wearing a diamond ring, smiling as she reaches for his hand. Most people believe the hardest part of heartbreak is saying goodbye. For Emily Carter, the hardest part was discovering that some goodbyes never truly end. They simply wait for the right moment to return. What happened to Emily that afternoon at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport would force her to confront a past she believed was long behind her and uncover a truth that had remained hidden for more than 2 decades. Before we dive deeper, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. On the morning everything changed, Emily woke up believing it would be an ordinary Tuesday. At 53 years old, she had built a life defined by routine, discipline, and quiet determination. She was respected by her co-workers, admired by her friends, and trusted by her employer. For nearly 12 years, she had worked as executive assistant to Richard Sullivan, the founder and CEO of one of the largest logistics companies in Texas. Richard was demanding but fair, and over the years he had come to rely on Emily for almost everything. She managed schedules, coordinated meetings, solved problems before they appeared, and kept the company running smoothly behind the scenes. People who met Emily often described her as strong. They admired her ability to remain calm under pressure and her willingness to help others without expecting anything in return. What most people didn't know was that strength had been built from years of disappointment, sacrifice, and loss. There was a time when Emily believed her future would look very different. There was a time when she imagined a husband, a house filled with laughter, and a life shared with the man she loved. But those dreams had disappeared long ago, carried away by a decision she never fully understood. That morning, Richard called her into his office shortly after 9 o'clock. The request seemed simple enough. His cousin was returning to the United States after spending years overseas handling a major business venture. Richard was tied up with investors and couldn't make it to the airport himself. He needed someone he trusted to greet his cousin, help him settle in, and bring him to an important dinner later that evening. Emily agreed without hesitation. It sounded like a routine favor, the kind she performed all the time. Around noon, she stopped by a florist and purchased a bouquet of white lilies and blue hydrangeas. She remembered laughing to herself as she carried the flowers to her car. It felt like an unusually formal welcome for someone she had never met. During the drive to the airport, she listened to classic rock on the radio and thought about the reports waiting on her desk. Nothing seemed unusual. Nothing hinted that her entire world was about to shift. When Emily arrived at the terminal, she checked the arrival board and found the flight number Richard had given her. The plane had landed on schedule. She positioned herself near the exit gate and glanced at the photograph Richard had texted earlier. Unfortunately, the image was old and blurry. It showed a younger man standing beside a fishing boat somewhere along the coastline. His face wasn't entirely clear, but she barely looked at it anyway. She was more concerned about recognizing him before he recognized her.